Good day, my friends. Welcome to my Sunday morning messages of love from above. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend so far. And those of you on the other side of the world, happy Sunday evening to you. And before we get started into the readings, I do want to get my desktop all set up here. If you are new to my channel, excuse me, or new to these readings, welcome, first of all. Happy to have you here and all of you returning back. Appreciate you guys so much. I couldn't do this without you. Excuse me. I thought I cleared my pipes, but evidently not. So sorry about that. But I reached 2,000 members this weekend. So thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me. And I might do some sort of celebration because it kind of came out of nowhere for me. So we'll see. Shout out to Julia. Hey, Julia. Welcome, welcome. One of my YouTube channel members. And because of individuals like you and those that make donations and purchase my services, I'm able to offer all these free readings. So a big thank you to all of you and for subscribing and continually coming and being here. It helps so much, and I appreciate it. And all the thumbs up that you give the video helps so much too. Something free that everyone can do. So grateful. It helps spread the Zen love, and that's what we're here for, right? To um, just be part of the love tsunami on the planet, right? So before we get into the readings, talking about sending out love to the world, I would like to do that. And if you'd like to join me, whether you are watching live or on replay, we can join together and send love out to the world. And like when one of us does it, it adds, a million, well, it transforms a million people that are experiencing lower vibrational energy that's rooted in fear. And the unconditional love energy is that powerful. It's 1 to a million. So when one of us does it, it helps transform a million of those energies. And if a bunch of us do it, it adds. But when we do it together, it multiplies. So that's why I like to do it during these sessions. And if you'd like to join me, of course, I welcome you. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now, as soon as I cough. All right, there we go. So big deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. And then release. That brings us back to right here, right now. And as I hit my lovely singing bowl, we can just let that love energy flow down into our hearts, fill us up, and flow out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Let me just put that back over here as it continues to sing away a little bit there. Right. So thank you for doing that. Feel y'all's energy, y'all. My Texas time in Texas is coming out, y'all. um, like I said, I have a ton of free content that I have on my main page. Some of the things are like we did a 2024 energy forecast for all signs. So here's the link to the playlist if you'd like to check that out. Also did a solstice reading for the winter summer solstice for December. That's good for 3 months, 12/21 through 3/21. And there's an extra added bonus on there too, where we pulled a card for each individual zodiac sign to give you a special little glimpse. So it's pick a card And then also for each individual zodiac sign, a card for each to give you a theme. And then also you can look at the different planets that you have in your birth chart to see what kind of theme as well. So I really thought that was really cool. And then each month I do have where when the sun moves into its new sign, I have a little pick a card. And then for all the sun babies in that sign, there's a 3 month special bonus reading. So, Aquas, happy birthday, all you Aquarians. And if you were Capricorn or even Sagittarius, if you check out the playlist that's linked in the description box, you can go back and get your 3 month as well. And then we also have once a month, at least once a month, a pilgrimage meditation with a pick a card. This one was amazing. We went to the Glastonbury tour, which is known as the heart chakra of the planet of Earth, Mother Earth, and below the hill, there's a gateway to the world of the fairies. And so we did. We went and visited and had some time with the queen and king and the princess of the fairies. So be sure to check that out. And there's a pick a card. There's 4 on that one. And then also every other week we talk about either the full moon or the new moon to make the most of the full moon release energy, which this is the Leo full moon pick a card. When you go into, how we can use that the best, and on new moon, we talk about new moon wishes. So be sure to check those out. All right. I do offer some services, like I mentioned. I just want to make sure you know about a sale that's ending here in a few days. I put out birthday readings. It's a new type of reading that I put out at the end of December, and it's half off until the end of January, which is just 3 days away. Can you believe it? I can't believe January is almost gone already. And then a couple days ago, I did also put out an announcement about another type of reading that I'm offering, which are relationship readings. I know. And a lot of these, there's 6 different choices of relationship readings. And all those were created based on really doing over a year's worth of these live readings. A lot of questions that everyone asks. So this was based on a lot of what you guys have asked for. And so have them join together, like, how does my crush feel about me? How's the relationship? Of course, the relationship I'm in, or tell me about the relationship of the future. What can you tell me about my future, you know, um, spouse, or those things. And so there's a bunch of those, and so I love it. And they're half off until the end of February, just in time for Valentine's Day. So be sure to check that out, the link there, if you're interested. And I have like personal readings and what else, past life readings, hedges of peace and love, and this great wish upon a star astro reading, which talks about, we get 40 birthday wishes twice, and then all the new moon wishes. So we go into detail of all that, full moons, etc. So, interested in any of that, you can check it all out in the description box of the video below. All right, so that is it. Excuse me while I clear my throat here. These little frogs come out of nowhere and attack. All right. So we will be using this round tarot today. I really love these cards. And of course, for the free readings, we move down in order, first come, first serve. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I step out of the free readings to complete those and go deeper, and then return back to the free readings. So I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Dune, for your donation. Let's give that some love here. And so you are up, and you want to know about your next week. So let's take a look here. Excuse me, and see what Spirit wants you to know, Dune, about next week. What is the skinny here? No, none of those. Okay, these. That one first. All right. I like it. Your energy, overall energy for next week. Wow. Yeah, you definitely have a rebirth of sorts that's happening here. You're setting off on a new path with the full card here, it's leaving behind old cycles, old beliefs, and it's a brand new journey that just feels free and open. So next week there is this ignition of a new path, a new journey, and it's on the path of this rebirth, endings and beginnings. Here's the beginning and there's ending. So there very much is this energy here, um, of that. So I like it. It's a positive thing, right? Right, yeah, and and here you go, the 3 of Wands. This is you choosing a different path, you altering course in some way with the 3 of Wands. You get new information, you're altering things, you're adjusting things, but this is self-initiated, this isn't being forced on you. It's you going, with this whatever this ending and beginning comes in, are you starting your writing class? Because that would make sense too. That there's this changes that are happening and this new path that's beginning, and there's this movement. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, you got the Six of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset that gets things flowing. So I like this. There is this change of your life that you're initiating here. Wow, yeah. And you have the Queen of Pentacles. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, really self-nurturing and doing this here. And it's about you taking care of you and you putting yourself first. And it is this birthing, again, new birth, endings and beginnings of this birthing that happens next week. And I like it for you. It feels very freeing for you. Oh, that's right. You might be like, "Bye, I'm out." Maybe you are choosing to go like, "You know what? I've had enough of this. I'm gonna go find something else." You never know. Well, it is the power of choice coming in here. Wow. Again, you've got the Lover's card here, which the Lover's card's been coming up a lot for you, but this is the emotional power of choice that comes in, right? And this Emperor, we talk about the Emperor a lot here when they come up. It's Aries energy, which is also new beginnings, and it's so fitting with all this stuff because the Emperor, um, well, and that's a mirror too, because you got IV and V1. I just noticed that when I put them on top of each other. So you're seeing things differently. You're kind of flipping the coin of, really flipping the coin that she has in her lap on how you're emotionally looking at something. It's kind of like you can have these moments where you're like, this is for me. All this stuff is happening for me because it's making me uncomfortable where I'm at and I don't want to be here anymore. And the Emperor, gets a lot of blah 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 from people, in our lives, a lot of advisors, self-appointed advisors that have all this opinion on who we should be, what we should be doing, where we should go, who should we be with, blah, 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 right? All our life inundated with all these opinions. Well, the emperor, who is ruler over the kings, ruler over every area of your own life, right? They so sorry. It's just choking me up talking about it. No, it's you have this epiphany, like, all right, I've had enough. Thank you, everyone. You can kindly leave my throne room. And that's getting everyone out of your head, and you're sitting with yourself going, what do I want? What do I want to choose? And that's the lover's card too, is what emotion do I want to choose in this moment? I know I've been told a lot of the story I'm supposed to put to a situation, the emotion I'm supposed to feel, the energy I'm supposed to invest, and the physical actions I'm supposed to do, but I get to choose. I'm the emperor of my life. And so you step back here and you decide, what is it that I want? What's my truth? And then I put form around it and then I start taking action on it. And I like this. All of this is about endings and beginnings and movement and I choose and beginnings. I mean, all four of these cards are about, well, actually all five of these cards are all about new beginnings and choosing and taking action. Well, in this one too, about choosing a direction. I choose where I'm going. And the Lover's card is I choose my emotions I feel. Yeah, and then you have the Page of Cups as your last card here, which is, uh, grasping this Ace of Cups, moving to a higher place, choosing joy, and moving higher. The Ace of Cups that they're holding in their hand is about self-love, about my joy, my happiness, and it's like, "All right, I've been living a lot of my life," and this is normal for all of us humans. We're taught to obey and do what, is the toe the line that everyone else, has been trying to do for years and years and years. Fit in, be in this box. Here's the box everyone is supposed to be in, but we don't fit in those boxes. And eventually we bust out of it. And I feel like this is the time of you just, again, even on the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. Even more cards on the bottom of the deck about choosing joy, choosing joy. Here's the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. This even says that your human side is like, yeah, I can see how this is for us, and that I want to, instead of living in this time of, you know, like I just can't find this happiness in my life in the moment doing what I'm doing. We can choose. We either, whenever we have like turbulence in our life, like you said, a turbulent week, whenever we have turbulence in our life, what is it? There's three things. And okay, what are the three things we can do? We can accept it, we can change it, or we can leave it. And those are our three choices. That's like the three of wands. Which one do you want? Do you want to just go, you know what? I can accept where I'm at and just deal with it for now, or I can try to make change in the situation I'm in. And if I can't make change, and if I can't accept it, then I can leave it. There was this great meme I saw some time ago, long time ago, and it said, "You're not a tree. You can uproot and go where you want. Trees are like, well, supposedly trees can walk, but in the human world, it's like, well, tree just has to put up with it. They can't like bye, So I love this for you. It's a very empowering week. So I like that for you, dude. And I love it. I feel like we went deeper into that too for more than just you and me. So thank you for asking that question. And that's what they have for you. And many blessings. Thank you again so much for your donation. Appreciate you. All right. You've got this. All right. So that is it for our donation. So we will leap to the top here and start with the free readings. And if anyone, like I said, if you want your reading prioritized next, a donation of any kind does move it upward. All right. So let's give these a shuffle. So Shri, Devi, Anu, you want messages from the person on your mind. All right. Let's take a look here and see what these messages are here. All right. Wow. Yeah, so they've got some fears about, um, around love and security in the outside world. We've got these, and this is even like a mirror, like we had just a moment ago with those. But this is like the tower. They're afraid because they've had love before and they felt like home and security before, but then the lightning bolt hit and it took some stuff out of their life. And there's this message here that I'm afraid. If you want to just put it down into a single phrase or sentence, the message that they would have is, I'm afraid. When good things happen, they're always taken away from me. This is the mentality that they have. And that, when we have that fear, our ego reinforces it, going, look all this proof. But there's all this other stuff that happened in our life that it's like in a court, they're only going to bring up the evidence that supports their what they're wanting to prove, which is what our ego does. They're like, here's the evidence, and then but in reality, our souls like, but yeah, but look all these other things that didn't, but these are the things they focus on. And so they just want you to know, that I have a fear of things that I care about being ripped out of my life because it's happened before. It's like, yeah, but that was like 1%, but that's what we focus on, right? And so that's what's going on with them right now, Shri, is they just have this fear of when they have love and when they have this fullness of life in the outside world, it seems to, in their mind, they have this exaggeration that things are just ripped away from them suddenly. And so they are very tentative about moving forward and things like that. So, just be aware that they have this subconscious and maybe even conscious belief that pops up. And then that's what kind of makes them hesitant and of not opening up and moving forward on things. Okay. So that is what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, and then I do have an additional donation. Thank you so much, Aj Marie. Let's give you some love there. Thank you so much for that. And you want to know, will you hear from O again? All right, let's take a look here and see. Yeah, absolutely. Carolina, I am offering free readings. But when people make donations, I step out and prioritize those to honor that energy. Um, so I do go down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. All right. So let's take a look here. Will you hear from O again? All right. What else do you want to? All right. That one. What's underneath here? Okay. All right. Okay. I get you. I get you. Let's see what else. All right. Well, let's put these over here. They are chatty, chatty, chatty. So the energy on the bottom of the deck, it does, it we have the Hanged Man, which is eventually it just feels like there's gonna be a little bit of holding time because there's some work that's going on, either physical work that they're so busy that it's taking them away from things. But we got the Three of Cups, which is kinda like community and tribe and gathering type of thing. So I feel like you will, hear from them again, and there's gonna be like, I don't know if there's a gathering of friends or if you guys have mutual acquaintances or something, but I just feel like there's gonna be, um, like, they're either going to be inviting you, to this gathering, or you're going to see them when you're with your friends and they're like, "Hey," kind of thing that's going on there. So This has to do with this gathering of some sort, that's involved with your next, communication from them, or you hear because you wouldn't hear it through your friends. I just feel like it's you're there or you're being invited to go to a gathering, with those. That's just the underlying energy. Let's dive into all these other cards here. Alright, yeah. So, we've got the holding period here. There's some clearing out. The slowness happens a little bit because there's this the 7 of Swords is about us becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs that have deceived us and stolen things out of our life before. And this is about getting your power back. There's um, maybe there was people in our past that were deceitful, but they were a mirror for our own, right? And so there's this awareness that, well, people, you can't trust people. It's like, oh, they were a mirror. What were they trying to show me? And that's what I feel like you're getting your power back here, because with the Four of Pentacles, it's like this solid foundation in the outside world. And this is what's happening here. It's like you're building your trust in the outside world a little bit, even though we can't trust the outside world. I know that's like a what? It's we learn what we can trust it with, if that makes sense. Because we're like, you know what? Everyone's a mirror showing me what I want to see about myself. So if I don't trust the world, I'm like, oh, it's because there's something within me I don't trust. What is that? and I look at that. What thoughts am I deceiving myself around? And I'm going, okay, I see, even if it's like I can't trust myself to choose the right type of person because I keep choosing these people who are cheaters or, deceivers or users or stealers. And we realize, oh, this is about me, not about them. These are beautiful, teachers who are going to show me what I want to see about myself until I see it. And I feel like that's kind of what this work and this holding pattern is for us to transform that to go, okay, let me learn about this a little bit. Let's see what these other cards are. All right. Yeah. So there is this period here. We've got the high priestess, we've got the ace of cups, and we've got the knight of cups. This knight is in pursuit of the ace of cups, which is the holy grail, the love we find from within ourselves. And the high priestess here, such a beautiful combo here because she steps back, which is what we've been talking about, connects higher to the unconditional love of above, which is where we find this love, and goes behind the veil and dives deep into our own emotions. So, there is this, you know, period. You will hear from them again, but what determines it is how much we do this, because this is raising your love vibration. This is understanding, what of our own thoughts and beliefs and our old emotions, our lower vibration that have been drawing us down. And that's what's, coming up with this awareness here with this, Seven of Swords is, bringing us higher and releasing us from these old beliefs that are rooted in fear, connecting to this beautiful, unconditional, eternal love from above, and realizing that's what I'm filling up with. That's what I'm truly searching for, is that self love. Because we can't give to other people and other people can't give what they don't have for themselves yet, right? There's this great meme, which I feel like reading. Oops. It helps if I unplug my phone. It was charging. It's like, whoa, just almost pulled stuff out of the wall. All right. But it's a great, and I feel like this is for everyone. But it says sometimes people can't reciprocate because they can't give you what they can't give themselves. Those who are at war with themselves can't give you peace. Those who betray themselves can't give you loyalty. And those who lie to themselves can't give you honesty. See them as they are, not who you wish them to be. But this also talks about us, right? We can't give what we don't have. And so there's this, wonderful oh, that's the issue with it. Yeah. So that's, the thing is, like, we can learn this about ourselves, when we look at the mirror and go, look, that's what's, with them. It's like, oh, there's three fingers pointing back at me, right? When we point, it's like, oh, damn. But it's beautiful because it's freeing for us, and that's what comes through this. That's so funny. Yeah, and here we go. So we've got the Seven of Cups, which is like emotional confusion and trying to get clarity here, but this Knight of Pentacles, again, a slow moving knight. Things are moving slow in our life to give us time to figure these emotions out. What are these are true and what are these are from fear and not true. And so you're definitely on this journey here of understanding what is of you and what is of the outside world. And most of happens in here, right? Our thoughts happen in here, our emotions happen in here, our energy happens in here. So there's a lot of clarity that comes in. And we do have balance. So this is good. As soon as this Ace of Swords allows you to see, it helps with this Seven of Swords because it allows us to see things from the higher realm. But it also is a double edged, powerful sword that allows us to, these seven swords are stacked on one side of these. I'm not sure what's not focusing, but one side of the scale is like that. And that Ace of Swords allows us to really gain clarity around our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets that are rooted in fear that we were taught growing up, that when that happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. It's an opinion, though. and we can transform that and change that. So that is what is coming in. So I feel like that, you know, all of this definitely happened on purpose for you. And there's this clarity that comes in through all of this about how, and it won't be exactly, it's the feeling, it's like the feeling I have toward them. How do I feel towards me? And it's like, okay, so my feelings and my emotions are mine. And whenever we have feelings inside of us, those are flags that something can be looked at inside of us. And we do, we have no idea what mirror they're seeing in us or the mirror we are to everyone else. Because when a monkey looks in the mirror, they see a monkey, and a lion looks in the mirror, they see a lion. We have no idea what people see because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are, like it was talking about. When someone's at war on the inside, they can't give peace. All they see is war on the outside. If they don't love themselves on the inside, they can't see love on the outside and not give and receive it a whole lot either. So it's a beautiful thing. So you will hear from O again, but I feel like it is delayed because it's given you time to reflect on the reflection that you've seen in them. So that's what they have for you. So hopefully that resonates there. um, AJ Murray, and thank you again so much for your donation. And the timing of it is all dependent upon how much inner reflection you do, because when it's lower vibration that we're experiencing, it slows and drags everything down. When we raise our low vibration, that's what speeds things up. So it's not like a, you know, exact day time, and that it's more a range of time. Yeah. All right. Very good. Thank you. I'm so glad it did. All right. So thank you again for your donation, and HTTPS. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love. And you like messages from your angels, please? Absolutely. Let's give these a shuffle here. And let's see what we got going on here. I feel like they want to, I don't know. I know the angels love Oracle. I don't know why. They're like, because we love pictures. So let's take a look here. And we'll start with the wisdom of the House of Night. Let's see what we have here. What message do your angels have for you? All right. All right. So we've got invisible is the card here. Oh, there it goes. Beautiful card. Number 16. And it says, sometimes you may feel like you don't fit in, as if you are invisible to others. But as your guides, I see you, I know you, and I believe in you. Wow. Know that not everyone has the ability to recognize you fully, and that perhaps they are so caught up in their own stories that they can't see you. And it's okay, because those who can see you are the important companions on your path to finding your magic. Another meaning for this symbol that you've chosen is that circumstances may require you to step back and remain in the shadows. Now's not the time for you to tell all and show everyone your truth. Being invisible protects you from harm so that you can observe your surroundings without being vulnerable. So stay hidden and watch what others do before acting. Ooh. So I like this kind of dual message coming in here because it's like, one, that you are recognized, they see you, they love you, they're always around you. And so everything you've done, all the beautiful things and the work and, self work and everything is recognized. They're always around you 24/7. They don't just come to you when you need them. They're always with you every second of every day because they can be in multiple places all at once and they choose to be by you. Your guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, leprechauns, dragons, fairies, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. If we could see spirit will show me, like how it exists. We're like these little souls with this bright spotlight on us, and there's this a crowd that just goes and goes. We have thousands of beings of light and love that surround us and love us and are supporting us. And the inner circle are all our guides and everything, but there's a host of beings. So you are seen. And I like them telling that sometimes you're not seen by humans because this is all they see is their own lives, and so they don't see what they're saying, what they're doing, and it's not about you because it's like they're have these Google glasses on watching a movie, and you're like, "Why are you screaming at me?" And they're like, "No, they were screaming at what they were seeing in the movie that's playing in their head," right? And then there's also I like this about, take a moment to step back in some situations before acting and saying things and observe because you'll learn a lot about the situations that are happening there as well. So I like that. Let's pull some tarot as well here. Let's see what else do they want you to know right now. All right. Whoa. All right. Cards are flying. All right. Let's take a look here. Yeah, your underlying energy down here too is that you've got the Knight of Cups, which is, this is they're on a quest for higher love, which I feel like is a big piece of what you're doing is the inward and upward love. I think we talked about that before. It feels like they're reminding me about an upgrade, if that's what we were talking about. But there's this upgrade of the unconditional love energy that you have inside, and your quest for it is very cool. I like that. Yeah. You have the Two of Wands. You hold your world in your hands, and I love that you're learning here. This talks about this upgrade and energy too, because you're learning more and more and more. And even I think you even talked about this with advice you were given someone was, whatever we focus on, we grow and expand. And I feel like this is one of those things that spirit wants you to know, and your angels want you to know, is that they see how you've been paying attention to your energy and what you focus on each moment, mental energy, emotional energy, your manifestation energy, and your physical actions. All of that puts energy out into the world, and you're very cognizant of it, which is not a word I use, but they do. But you're very aware of it, and there's this. I'm going to say celebration of it. They want you to be recognized for it. You also have the King of Swords, who the King of Swords, they not only rule over the suit of sword, but all the kings are given a second portion of air. And so they're the masters of, um, the masters of communication and ruling over all that air element. And so this does talk about a couple of things for you too. One, kudos for all the clarity that you've been giving and connecting to higher awareness, higher ways of looking at things that have helped you transform your past fear experiences into higher knowledge and higher wisdom. There is this upgrade. You're getting moved into higher knowingness, if that makes sense, and that this is all part of the journey. And the more you raising your love vibration, the more you're opening up. It's like you're getting. They're showing me. I'm sorry to interrupt myself, but they're interrupting me. They're saying, it's like a library. If you have like, they're showing me Harry Potter, which there was like the restricted section of the books. You can't go in there uh, unless you have special access, and you're being granted that as special access to the restricted section. So I like that. Yeah, and again, here's this, spending time with spirit, connecting to your higher self, the hermit energy, and the Two of Swords. So here's another two coming in here. You have the Two of Wands, which is telling you about you've been aware of the energy that you've been investing in, and also the mental energy. So I feel like they're saying that this is kind of like this reward for being aware and really watching your thoughts and the energy you put into managing the choice that you make in each moment with the story you apply to things and the energy. And then they're inviting you to this higher place. They're like, come with us. We're going to take you, to a different level, a different place. I love this for you. Yeah. And then boom, your last card, the Magician. Here is the manifestation and the infinity symbol. This, of course, represents your higher self, and that you're bringing this energy through you, this conduit through you and into the world. So I like this. It's like they're taking you to this new level, and they're just like, you've been putting in the work. You are given this extra access. So if you feel kind of different, like something's changing within you and in your outside world, it's almost like it's like whenever there's like a solar eclipse or whatever, and you kind of just feel like the lighting is different outside. That's kind of what they're showing me, is like if you feel like it just feels different, this is what's happening. You're being moved up to this next upgrade. So I love it. Getting downloads, upgrades, and that's what they want you to know. Um, it's deserved. And just buckle up, Buttercup. Here it comes. So that's what they have for you, HTTPS. So thank you so much for that donation. I really appreciate that. All right. So many blessings. I think that was it for the donations. So we are scrolling back to the top. We had left off with angel blessings. So angel blessings, you wanted a love reading. So let's shuffle the cards up here. And I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about love? Nope. Okay. Went to grab the two cards that I thought was it, and they're like they ran away. I'm like, okay, those aren't it. Like the Spirit goes, no. So your energy on the bottom of the deck, you do have the Page of Wands, which represents a new passion, a new love interest that's coming in here. And I like it here. You even have the Page of Cups, saying that it is a heightened love here too. And with being two pages here, pages are like number 11. So this could be someone that you already have had a love interest in before, and you're taking it to a new level. Um, there's it can be a renewed passion and a renewed love. And if that doesn't resonate, then it can absolutely be someone brand new, but it's someone that is so different, and it is like an upgrade, from what you've had before. You have the power of choice with the Chariot card, which is victory and movement, and the Tower card coming in here, which is about significant changes coming in here and some choices that you've been making. What I really feel from this is that this is about timing, and um, when you meet them, when they come into your life here or back into your life, depending which one it is, because they're not telling me clearly, they're making it so mysterious. It's after you have a significant change, a significant movement, with these two cards coming in. Major Arcana, so it's significant. It's not just a little blip. It's like moving to a new town, city, country, new job, new school, whatever it is. It happens after that, because this is all about movement, movement. And it's not something disastrous. It's just something sudden, but it is a significant where something's moved out of your life or someone that makes the space in the room for this to come through. So I like it for you. That's what's coming in for you right now. Angel blessings. So whenever this after this change happens is when they move in to your life, or again across your path. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Smooth Life, you are up next. So Spirit message, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Sorry, the round cards, just have to put them both the same direction here. So you've got the Page of Swords and you've got the, Ace of Pentacles. And what this is saying here from Spirit is that, this Page of Swords is about seeing things from a different perspective, being open-minded, clarity, things being like letting go of old ways of thinking, uh, and looking at any kind of limitations, these beliefs that you have of limitations, because they're rooted in fears, and they came from somewhere in your earlier life. And you go, yeah, why don't I feel like I deserve that, or that I could do that, or and I feel like whatever this has been holding you back, either in job or relationship or whatever it may be, it's been holding you back, and this looking at it and reviewing it brings in a new opportunity to come into your life. But it takes you looking at and questioning these fears, these triggers that are coming up. I feel like it's something that you've been wanting, but for some reason you just been holding yourself back, because that's the only one that can hold you back is you. And so these beliefs that are in here, either here or they're below the surface under the subconscious. And it's like, I don't know why, but I just do. It's like, okay, well, it's time to take some steps to talk to your inner child in a loving way, not like, the, inquisition with the lamp and tell me where it is, it's all come here and I'm going to hug you and hold you and love you and I just want to understand where you're coming from. Why do you feel that way? And they will tell you. And I like that for you. So I feel like it's an um important process to do with that. All right, so that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. You absolutely welcome. HTTPS. Thank you again. All right, Alexis, you want to know, will Alyssa pass away? And so, of course, whenever we have anything, medical or financial or whatever it may be, lawyer. I'm not a licensed practitioner, and so tarot. There's a disclaimer in the description box of the video that we have to put out here in the United States that we're not not a professional in any of those areas. So tarot is supposed to be designed for entertainment purposes, and everyone ultimately has to make their own decisions in their life, of course, and always seek professional, licensed practitioners in all areas. All right, so there you go. Disclaimer made. So let's take a look here, Alexis, and see what does Spirit want you to know. Will Alyssa, of course, we all pass away unless we're a vampire, and even then, sometimes, right? But so of course you're wondering in the near future, is what I'm assuming. Well, is what I'm feeling. I don't feel like they're anytime. I mean, there's not indicated here that they're passing away. Or they got the Three of Pentacles, which is about them being true to their authentic selves, and the Page of Cups here, which is about self-love and higher love, and even some joy and happiness that comes in here. And I feel like part of this being true to their authentic self is that they're stubborn. I just feel like they're very, very, no, I'm not going to do it. And I feel like there's someone that chooses a lot of happiness, or it depends on if they choose joy, joy, joy. Because when we're focusing on our fears, if we're focusing on our illness, focusing on lower vibrational things, we are growing that invited in, and our body shuts down. You can look in the internet about fight or flight mode and what it does to our bodies. Immune system shuts down, digestive system, all this stuff. Our body does it temporarily to get safe again. But if we're in a loop of fear, we're constantly shutting down our bodies. Our bodies aren't being able to function at the amazing self-healing machine that it is. And so the more we focus on higher vibration, like joy, gratitude, unconditional love, laughter, all that joy, like it was talking about, then, um, that allows us to live longer and our bodies to function that way. So I don't feel like there's, like, it's not anytime real, real soon here. but I feel like a lot of it has to do with their stubbornness. So that's what's coming in, Alexis. So hopefully that resonates there for you and hang in there. Many blessings to you. And then Anjou 777. Hello. So Pisces feelings and next actions towards you. Let's take a look here. Pisces feelings and next actions towards you. Let's take a look here and see. So that will be feelings, and then what are next actions? All right. Well, that is such a Pisces thing. One of I think this is Pisces. They are being themselves. Their feelings, yes, tons of feelings. But the Pisces energy, they do step back. They, go into their high priestess temple. They dive deep into emotions. They connect with spirit. They get behind the veil. They dig into the unknown. And so their feelings here, they have a ton of them and they're all over the place because that's what Pisces do. They feel everything. I know I've got a stellium of Pisces in my chart, including my moon. So I know they feel everything. And it's when they're swimming in a sea of feelings, and I feel like this particular Pisces hasn't taken a lot of time to understand emotion. They just have been swimming in emotion for a long time. And when you're swimming in a sea of emotion, you don't know what emotion is yours or differentiate between, you know, other people's emotions and your own and the world's emotions and all this. And so I like when we're looking at their feelings towards you, they're like, "Well, I have feelings, but I'm not sure is this towards you or towards myself or towards the world or what?" And so I feel like they're just in this place of reflection. I feel like they've withdrawn to try to understand their emotions, and I don't feel like they know yet. I feel like they're just kind of emotionally confused, if that makes sense. Their next actions, we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is my home card, and that's kind of what I feel like with this Anjou is that they are kind of withdrawn. They're back in their High Priestess temple, but they're kind of being a homebody in a way, and I don't feel like they're taking next actions here in the near future. I feel like Spirit just wants you to know that they're off on their own here, trying to figure things out. And I feel like, whenever that comes in as a message when we're wondering about other people and it feels like it's like they're distant or it's drawn out or it's going really slow, or they're kind of unavailable, that's all for us too, because that gives us the time to look at our own emotions, like that high priest, just go inward and upward and understand ourselves. What's going on in my mind? What's going on in my heart? What's going on in my energy? And what am I doing in the physical world? It's a great time of reflection for us too, to see what's bubbling up, because the thoughts that are bubbling up are my thoughts. They're happening in here. The emotions that are bubbling up in me are mine. So I can look at that. And the energy that's bubbling up is mine. The actions that I'm taking are mine. And it's like, oh yeah, let me look at my life. And as there's a German proverb that says, sweep in front of your own door. It's a time for us to sweep in front of our own door when someone's off sweeping in front of theirs. It's like, all right, well, you're over there. Well, I'm going to focus on me and what's going on with me. Because that helps, because if something that's when we become aware of what's drawing us lower into lower vibrational energy, because that's what's holding things back and they're the anchor that keeps us going. But as we clear things out and sweep in front of our door, our vibration rises in a variety of different ways, and that also speeds things up. So it's a win-win, but things go slow and these things happen for us to allow the clarity for ourselves. So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Lynx Lee, you are up next. Well, I think so. Make sure I didn't pass. Yep. You are up next. So messages from your higher self. Let's take a look here. So what does your higher self want you to know right now? All right. Cards are flying out here. All right. So we have the Eight of Pentacles here, and there's like this encouragement, because the Eight of Pentacles, this is like the apprentice who puts in all the blood, the sweat, the tears to try to become the master, like a blacksmith, you know, they are learning a lot in their life and they're growing a lot. And this Eight of Pentacles does represent that because of the work that you're doing, that things are rolling in your life and you will. They're like giving you this the end result if you keep working, you know, working hard, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and looking at your life and who you are and doing all that wonderful shadow work, right? That it does end up one in joy, celebration, but also marriage. So it is worth it, right? They're like giving you the not that they're putting a carrot because a carrot on a stick, they're like, you're not a donkey, you know. Uh they're saying that when you put in this is the reward that you do get. That's how you get there is there's this clarity that comes in and all our shadow work is about questioning these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets we have around things. With it being a wedding and all of that, yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, questioning our fears around heartbreak and disappointments and everything. Because this is a lie. We our heart can never be broken. It the what we feel in our heart when things don't work out where we think we're heartbroken, it's fear, and it's becoming aware of what these fears are because that's what frees us and allows us to go into a relationship with love as the energy instead of fear of losing love as the energy. And it does change things. I love this, you know, they're like, you're doing the work, you're questioning thoughts and beliefs and emotions from the past and freeing up your energy and you're taking these steps. Things are flowing and they're saying it's worth it because you do find that on the end, but it's a higher vibrational happy marriage, not a lower vibrational marriage that ends in disaster, you know. So I like that for you, Wingsley. So many blessings. A message from your higher self. All right. So continue moving down the list here, and we've got Pinky. Hello, Pinky. Anything about your destined partner? All right. You know, I love it. If I was wanting a destined partner, or if I don't feel like I have any more partners in this lifetime, because I am totally content being single, uh, and a hermit. So but if I did, I would get like a little book and, you know, I'd be asking questions all the time. Right, spirit? It's a scavenger hunt. What else? What other hint you're gonna give me? So that's what I feel is happening here, Pinky, is like, okay, so what else about my destined partner? They're like, okay, here's hint number 10, right? Okay, so what are they like? And tell me about them. And I like it. Yeah. So there are someone here that, you know, the Five of Pentacles, they did come from, you know, like most of us, we all have a childhood where we feel somewhat abandoned, somewhat left behind, left out in the cold. We've got these beliefs of lack from childhood because no parent or parents are perfect. So there's always something lacking in our um, high maintenance inner child that we are, right? Because we want unconditional love, unconditional time, unconditional acceptance, unconditional everything. I want it all. And we don't get all that, you know, obviously in this route. But this is telling me that they had um, an extra big like experiences more extreme than normal, than the average, but they overcame it, you know, and because of that, they have this Page of Wands, this heightened ability and this passion for life because they realized that when they depended on humans, they did feel abandonment and they did feel left behind and have these feelings of lack. But the Five of Pentacles shows that they learn that it's from spirit, it's from source, that it's not humans that bring them what they need in each moment. It's the divine ethers. And they understand that. And this Page of Wands, it when they realized it, they're like, it's not it's like they don't feel limited anymore because they used to feel limited because they're like, well, I have to get all this from people, you know, humans. And so I'm limited because of my access to these humans and these abilities or whatever, you know, interactions. But they're like, no, you're the one that brings me everything I need and you love me unconditionally. And so they've got this like spark of life going, anything is possible. and that's what this is here, so I like that. So another little piece of here, they're a go-getter, they feel limitless, they feel very excited, maybe even some a lot of fire in their chart, if not a fire sign, because that's the feeling I get of like the fire signs have this childlikeness of life, where not childishness, but childlikeness of the awe of the world, going, anything is possible. That's the kind of energy I feel from them. So that's a little more tidbit for you there, Pinky. So many blessings to you. All right. I do have a couple of donations coming in. So the next free reading will be a new three. So just uh, to keep everyone in the loop. So, EE, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love here. Boom. All right. And you want to know messages about your marriage for the first 6 months of 2024. All right. And also, if you haven't checked out the energy update for 2024, the link is in the description box of the video too. And I posted it earlier, but that does give you a breakdown for the entire year around love, career, and money, and it breaks out the year into three sections of 4 months too. So if you want some additional messages, you can check that out. All right. So let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know about marriage for the first 6 months of 2024? All right. So you got that and that and that. All right. What's the overall energy going on here? All right. I love this, well, so you get the marriage card on the bottom of the deck. How fitting, and but also the 2 of Wands, which is beautiful because the 2 of Wands tells you that, you know, you hold your world in your hands here, right? And every moment is an energetic choice. Sorry that it's not focusing there, but the, that this is the energy on the bottom of the deck saying that, it fluctuates, and you see the world as you are, not as it is, but you also attract in situations and experiences by what you focus on too. So I like this starting off going, you are empowered for your marriage in the first 6 months, that whatever you focus on is what expands and grows. So if you focus on the gratitude for things, if you focus on laughter, joy, unconditional love, higher vibrational things, you're telling the universe, I really love this. And they're like, oh, here's more of it then. But if we focus on what we feel is missing, what they're not doing right, what we fear will come in or not come into our life, or leave our life or not leave our life, or what we hate, we're also doing that. It's a great picture that Spirit shows of like a little kid going into a donut shop that has the pastry window, and the little kid's pointing at all the donuts they hate, and here the baker goes, here's all your dozen donuts, and they're like, oh, I hate these. And then the baker goes, well, why don't you point at what you love, and I'll give you dozens of that instead. And that's how our energy works, with us putting it forward there. So I like that, as the overall energy is like it's in your power of what you want to expand on. They're showing me that whenever I'm invited to a wedding, I usually will put the card and tell them, remember why you fell in love, and try to have as little expectations as you can, because when we have a lot of expectations of someone and they're doing this, they will fall short, right? But if we keep our expectations as low as we can, we're always celebrating who someone is instead of focusing on who someone is not. And so I encourage people that get into relationships is start like a habit of daily gratitude, either keeping it to yourself and having it that, but what a relationship you'd have with someone if you every day you sincerely told them something you loved about them. Not the same thing over and over again, but something unique and different. Going, you know what I love about you is how you never give up on your friends. And I just love that about you, and give them an example, like when so and so, you're always there for them. No matter how much they don't listen to your advice, you still are always there. What a great friend. So I love that. So I like that. So that's the underlying energy. Now here's your cards. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. So there's 6 cards. So this is the 6 months. I like it. And actually there was, one was doubled up here. So I feel like, because we're almost through January, I feel like they are skipping January and they're starting February, March, April, May, June. So, February, here is the King of Wands. So a lot of movement, a lot of action, a lot of determining things. Here is this, all this Wands energy. You had the two Wands, the four of Wands. Now here's the King of Wands, and they are very much about determining what they want, putting structure around it, and then moving forward. And a part of this energy is getting out of our head of all the opinion everyone else has given us all our lives, determining what do I want in my marriage? How do I want it to go? How do I want it to be? And then there's this, um, clarity that comes in because you're getting all the advisors in the throne room out going, I appreciate everyone's opinion and self-appointed advisors, but what do I want and what do we want, right? And we're putting structure around it and we're taking action. February, beautiful month of love, right? So I like that. March, yeah, there's beautiful movement from, you know, instead of focusing on lower vibrational emotions, there's this power of choice coming in and this change of emotion that happens here in March. Brightness, sunshine, this beautiful, beautiful energy. There's also some realization here, some childhood, maybe trauma or drama, emotions from this is Leo, child self energy. So there's some awareness of some stuff that bubbles up, but it's okay. You have the power here with the two cups to choose that, okay, this was a fear and now I'm transforming it and shining light on things. So it feels like March, there is, some, like any relationship, in life, in general, there's things that come up that have stuff bubble up from the depths of our subconscious where our little inner child is ruling over going, hey, look at this. And it's like, oh, yeah, yeah, oh, thank you. Ooh, how long has this been down there? It's kind of moldy. And it's like, well, let's transform this. And this is what happens in March is some great transformation of some emotions, right? April, we have some sudden changes that happen in April. And, the Tower card, though it looks dangerous and not so fun, it is always for us. The Tower card is that things happen in your guys' life where someone or something in your guys' life is moved out of the way, out of your life because it doesn't serve you anymore. And there's this space that needs to be created in your life and on your path. And this was an obstacle. So someone or something is being moved out of your way in April that allows it. So if just be aware when a sudden thing happens in April, oh, this is for us, and I know when the old condemned tower that, has a leaky roof and rats and the gas is leaky and the plumbing doesn't work. When it's on fire burning down, it's like, "Oh, not my old condemned building." But you had great insurance. So after it's burnt to the ground and the rubble's moved away, the insurance people come in and go, "Here's the new castle you're gonna get in its place." "What? I only had a tower." "Yeah, but that was the tower that was left from the castle that was there before. You get a whole new castle." So it's a definitely a change that, after the fact, when all that happens, we're like, "Oh, yeah, this is for me." Sometimes when it's happening, it's like, "Oh, this is happening to me." But there's this transformation in April about that it happens for you. May, we've got this 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups is it's like you have a bunch of options that are coming in here in May. A lot of emotional options, a lot of things, and I just feel like it's a very busy emotional month. Just a lot of different things happening, and, it's always a challenging thing in relationships and with marriage and with different things, right? That, there's this, I don't know, it's just you just have to work through priorities. You just have to, you know, it's like when you get used to it, not like the honeymoon is over type of thing, but you get used to the being around one another and being all this stuff, and you just learn to, okay, now we're living life instead of this fantasy of marriage. Like, okay, we're really living this life together and we work things out. And that's what happens here. Nothing scary. It's just being aware of that. And then in June, you've got the Two of Swords here. The Two of Swords is decision making coming in here, and they're just giving you this advice that when decisions need to be made, it's about getting out of your head and into your heart, in that month, because we'll have a lot of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets of things that, we feel things have to be and are supposed to be and should be and need to be and blah blah blah. And our heart isn't happy because our heart's like, why are you keeping me in a cage? Well, we need to do things logically and responsibly, but the heart is like, but I want to also have fun. And it's like, all right, make sure if you're budgeting or making big decisions or whatever in your life, it's like, yeah, these are important things. The mind, we agree. The heart goes, yeah, I know. But the heart goes, but I want this, and this. And they're like, well, all right, let's make room in the budget for the heart. And that's what I feel is coming in. So hopefully all that makes sense and resonates there for you, EE. But that's what they have coming in there for you. And again, just reiterating, you hold all the power in your hands with this Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's in your power. Whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So it comes back to you. All right. So many blessings to you. Again, thank you for that donation. And Johanna, hello, hello, my frozen one. And here's some love for that donation. I appreciate that. And you said, you're a little bit in love with Elle? That's your question? Are you a little bit in love with Elle? Let's take a look here. Let's give those a shuffle here. So let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know about your feelings about Elle? All right. Do want that one and that one. All right. Yeah, your energy on the bottom of the deck, you do have the Eight of Swords, which I can understand. It's like your mind really, it's like this is your heart, and your mind keeps it blinded and bound and trapped. It's like, oh no, in you, yeah, you even have the, because you, when you feel here with the moon card here, you feel, you don't do your feelings half, as they say, half-assed, right? You you go all in, and so that's why your mind goes, oh no, 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 we got to keep that contained, because they will run as soon as the door opens up. The dog is gone out the door. Pshoo. So we got to keep it on a leash a little bit. So that's funny. Let's see what these are over here too. Yeah, I there is definitely energetic attraction here. Um, because you've got, here the Six of Wands is about, you've got this mutual attraction with there's like three wands on each side with the Six of Wands. And it's recognizing that I feel like you might have them a little bit raised above here. Not that like you have them on an altar, or they put someone is, put higher going, wow. But I just feel like there's this energy that's coming in here. And you got the Queen of Pentacles. So here is this yeah, pedestal. Thank you. There's this the Queen of Cups, it does have sensuality, and that, and she does have emotion underneath the surface here. But there is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. There's some nurturing here, and there might be a little bit of um when that nurturing card comes up with this kind of pedestal energy, and even the Eight of Pentacles that's combined with it is doing the work and doing those things. There's a little bit of um, when someone's I don't want to call them a fixer upper, but sometimes when people are like, well, you know what, I see the potential in them and they need nurturing, and the nurturing heart in us is like, yeah, 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 I can make their life better, and sometimes what we're attracted to in someone is their brokenness. Speaking from experience, they're reminding me of a lot of stuff. I'm like, "Thank you." But I used to love the abandoned puppies and the broken fixer-uppers. I'm like, "Oh, I can make your life better, and then you'll need me all the time." Never works, but I feel like there's a little bit of that's kind of drawing that's making them a little attractive there because of that nurturing energy. But, um but you've got this, Ace of Wands here, which is that passion. So I feel like it's less emotional and more energetic attraction. You're attracted to that energy, and, here's the knight writing in, "Dun da da da, I can make it all better for you. Let me enlighten you and show you the way." And the temperance card is like that will take a long time going back and forth to with that alchemy to change them into gold. And I feel like this is that, type of energy that's there. You said it lights you right up, right? Oh wow, yeah, I used to fall in love with the possibilities of who someone would be or could be, but no. Like that meme that I read earlier, which this just the last part, which is see them as they are, not who you wish them to be or who you see the possibilities that they could be. And that usually clears things right up. When you're like, "Oh, you mean they would never, consider the possibility that they will never change and that they will be who they are for the rest of their life." And then it's like, oh, it's like, "Oh, I love that fixer-upper house," and they're like, "Yeah, but it's on a fault line and they have earthquakes every 30 days, so anything you fix, something else will break." And you're like, "Oh, I'm not so interested in that fixer-upper anymore." And that's kinda what I feel is coming in here. So, I feel like, you have a huge heart, so you do have natural love, for humanity, but, that drawing in there, that, like, wow, that pedestal I see now is more, um yeah, that pedestal is that, like, who they could be. I see that in them, and, this is good for now, but I can see where I can take them. And it could be all subconscious too, Johanna, right? But you're like, "Yeah." Recognizing that's our tendency, really, it's like being an alcoholic. It's like, I know I'm usually, in the past, I was enabler in codependent relationships, and it's like I have to be aware of that in my work, in my, um, friendships, family, whatever. It's like, no, I don't need to overgive. I don't need to, change people. I don't need them dependent upon me. I can be independent and interdependent, but not codependent. And so there's just some of that below the surface there. I just feel like, you know, there's an attraction there, but sit with it a little bit and write a list of what do I love about them and just see what comes out. But so that's what they have for you, Joanna. I know. Oh, why did you burst my bubble? But it's like, but there's nothing wrong with it either. We come down here to experience it. I experienced it, 5 longest term relationships, a year, a year to 3 years, each one of them, and then little blurps here and there too, and it was fun, I learned a lot about myself and so fun, fun, fun. Enjoy it, it's like, yay. It's like, "Oh, I'm gonna change these people," and I'm like, "Oh, it didn't work." Alright, so many blessings to you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation, and your sense of humor. All right. So when we left off here, I think that was the last of the donations. Yep. So scroll, scroll, scroll. We left off with a newsry for the free readings, and you want to know who is coming towards you with a solid proposal soon. All right, let's see here. Is there anyone? And if so, who they be? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, I would say that you are going to be getting one soon because you got the Nine of Cups, which is one of the dreams come true cards, and the Wheel of Fortune, which is one of the most beneficial, successful cards coming in here. So, there is this. Um, I mean, it's going to come in the perfect time. This is the Wheel of Fate, too. So, it is worth the wait that's coming in here. I don't feel like it's like tomorrow, but it is sooner than later. But it is someone that you feel like, wow, this is a dream come true. It's someone that really is quite compatible with you, where even, yeah, I even got the Lover's card on the bottom, but you also have the Devil card on the bottom. And you can see how these are so similar. And this is about us getting past these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. Like your dream come true, we're given a dream by people here, but this is about clarity around what your dream really is about who the lover would be, right? Who this person would be. Because we're given a lot from family, our culture, our society, the books, the movies, everything that we see growing up, and we have this long list of supposed to be, but that may not be what our high heart wants. And so I like this clarity, that it is going to be someone who is truly a dream come true, but it may not match the dream that other people have forced upon you in your life, if that makes sense. So I like that for you, Nusri. Beautiful two cards for sure. All right. You're welcome, Johanna. All right. Soul searching vibe, you are up next. So, do you have a destined divine counterpart in this lifetime? Let's take a look here and see. For this lifetime, is there a destined one? And if not, is there an optional one? Right. I like that question there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so you do. But I like that question because in each lifetime, we have experiences, we have a minimum experience that could include a faded romance and faded partner, but some don't. But we have this highest experience, and we have this whole range of life experiences. It, a relationship can be like a bonus. It can be extra credit. It can be an extra experience, like when you go on vacation and you get the vacation package, but they have extras like a horseback ride and a luau, and you can add those on. Sometimes we have relationships that are add-ons, but they're not part of our fate. It doesn't absolutely have to happen. Well, this lifetime you do, because you got both the Ten of Pentacles and the Lover's card. Ten of Pentacles is one of my relationship cards, of course, because here's the partnership and the child and the dogs and the ancestry and the house and the money and the finances, and of course the Lover's card. So definitely no doubt in my mind you have a destined divine counterpart in your lifetime. There's just no question with those two cards. Okay, so that's easy breezy soul searching vibe. Like, yay! Now we begin the other questions, right? Well, who are they? When are they coming in? Blah 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 blah, right? It's like, all right, well, just knowing sometimes enough, and then we get to enjoy the scavenger hunt of the discovery, right? All right. So many blessings to you, and then blessed one, you are up next. You want to good karma coming in for you. So, what does Spirit want you to know? What good thing is coming your way here? All right. Well, it makes total sense here. You got the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands. They're holding the Ace of Wands in their hand here. It's like you could, if I folded the cards, you could almost look like it's the king, holding the Ace of Wands. This is saying that there's so much possible to come in for you here. We're talking about karma. Spirit tells me different things about karma, and that karma is not so much like a karmic debt. And, we do have a natural law of we reap what we sow. And this tells us what we focus on is what grows. Like attracts like. Karma for me is like in a past lifetime, we're very curious beings where, like, if I'm a slave owner in one lifetime, I may choose to be a slave in another lifetime to see the perspective. It's not punishment, it's not debt that I have to make up for it. That's judgment, that's human focused. Creator is unconditional love, and they have this, and it's more that we're curious beings and we want to see all perspectives. So I'll be a slave owner and then be a slave, and then I'll be a wife of a slave owner, a townsperson witnessing this, someone from another country witnessing it. I'll see it from all these different perspectives. That's karma for me. That's what Spirit has shown me. So karma, we're kind of putting that to the side and going more asking, what good things are coming in for me here? And it's whatever you focus on grows and expands. And the one huge good thing is your awareness of your power. There's very little in our life that is fated. We Before we come down here, like our birth is fated because we want to be born at a certain place, certain time, with all that uh, astrological energy that comes in that shows us our gifts, it shows us our strengths and our opportunities and the possibilities of our life, that we choose that. Death even is very rarely fated. It's usually a range, always ranges of stuff. And then there's a lot of extras, like we're talking about, there's a minimum experience we come in here for, which we will have. And then there's all these other choices we make that will bring us different twists and turns and plot twists, possibilities. And this tells you that becoming aware of that you hold a lot of power. We're not in the back seat in a little, child carrier or like a child seat, and we're not even in the passenger seat of our life. We're driving, and the creator is, our co-pilot. They're in the passenger seat, and all our spiritual posses in the back seat being backseat drivers, but they don't grab the steering wheel. They just bring us information. We ask them, "Hey, check the nav, check the map. Where should I go next for this?" And they're like, "Oh, hang a right, take this exit, blah, blah, blah." They will help guide us in our life, but we're the ones that hold the power. And so whatever we focus on is what we grow and attract. And, you know, if we focus on the lower vibrational things in our life, the things we fear, the things we hate, the things we feel are missing, our energy puts out going, "This is what I love, so bring me more of that. I love missing things, make me miss things more, and add more things into miss." That's our energy, right? Doesn't matter what we're saying, our affirmations, what we're, writing down, if we don't believe it and if our energy isn't really focused on it. I can write down, "I believe in I'm going to be rich," but I'm like, "But look all the lack in my life." Well, I'm going, "I love lack, bring me more lack," right? Instead of when we focus on gratitude and unconditional love and joy and laughter, that higher vibrational things, we draw those in instead. So such an absolute beautiful possibilities of so many things to come in, but this is a huge blessing of the realization that I'm the one that gets to choose what comes into my life. So beautiful, beautiful energy there. That's what they have for you, blessed one. So many blessings to you. All right. No, Mizrak, I haven't gotten to you yet. You're still like probably about 7 or 8 more to go. Yeah, we've got Goldie and then Kritika Sayani, Kevin, Grace, Dollface Diva, Goddess Angelic Vibes, and Jushri, and then Mizrak. And then Dajona, Great Quartz, Minahil, Needy, Sarvaya, and Bonita. And that's like what I can see on my screen. So just an idea of where you guys are at. All right. Goldie is up next. So Goldie, you'd like an energy reading between you and the Aquarius. Uh-oh. Aquarius. All right. Yeah, I see here slow energy, right? Going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with that temperance card there. got the Ace of Swords, which is, they are an air sign very much in their head, right? So a lot of clarity, a lot of, thinking, thinking, thinking. But I feel like there's also going to be some new communication coming in here. They are master communicators, being rulers with the air sign, which is that. But I just feel like you're gonna be getting some clarity. You've been waiting, you've been patient. Things just are gonna go slow with them. It's just a fact with this particular Aquarius. They don't move fast. They really, I feel like they get caught in their head a lot. A lot of overthinking, but I feel like they just shut in my head, which is hilarious. If you ever are loading something on your computer, and you see the little line going tick, 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 and you're like, "Oh my gosh, it's 88, it's 90, it's 92, 98, 99, 100." And you're like, "Oh my gosh, it's done." And then it loads the next thing. It's like, "Oh my god, how many things have to load on this program?" Because it keeps, and then that finishes and it loads something else, and then it loads something else, and it's like it just feels like it reaches 100%, you get some communication, but, oh, now something else is loading. And I just feel that's kind of the thing with them. They just are very in their head about things, and it just feels like that's what's coming in there. So, hopefully that makes sense for you there. But that's the energy that's going on, and I just feel like your spirit guides are saying, "Just get used to that if that's the way they're gonna be." And if it's like, I will it'll drive me crazy and I'll end up killing him, then maybe it's like, "Okay, you know what? I think I'm just gonna let that be what it is, and I'm gonna go live life and see what else unfolds." But that's what's coming in there for you, Goldie. So many blessings to you. Hey, Julia, thank you so much. Isn't that an awesome thing you get to do? I love that. What a beautiful announcement. And thank you for mentioning about liking and subscribing. Um, Giving a thumbs up on the video does help spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much for all of you that have done that. It's something free you can do, and you're part of the love tsunami. So thank you, and thank you, Julia, for mentioning that. All right. So, Kritika Sayani, you are up next. So, will you get financial abundance, stability, independent income in your life in 2024? So, based on current energies, let's see, what do they spirit want you to know about your abundance and uh, the income, independent income? Whoa, cards are flying here. All right. There is definitely possibility with this here, because you've got the Lover's card, which has to do with emotional energy and emotional power of choice. And you have the Eight of Wands, which is a lot of energy, a lot of movement. And if you put your energy and your emotional choice into focusing on gratitude and abundance and those things, then you have this flood that comes in, and opportunities that come in for that to happen. But with this energy here, if you're focusing on missing, like I don't have abundance, I don't have independence, I'm missing it and I want it. This is energy that grows the wanting. I really enjoy wanting to have it, but I don't have it. It's missing. I really enjoy missing it. So let me miss it more. You see how the energy works. So if you're like, you know what, I'm grateful for the income I have, and I'm grateful that you're going to bring in abundance for me. And I know I can trust you. And there's this great, one of the things that I read every morning that I have here, because it is about our energy, is money comes directly from spirit. Our abundance comes directly from spirit. The middleman does not hold the keys to my income, my success, my abundance. My prosperity comes directly from the divine ethers. I ask of it and no one else. And even saying things like, I am a magnet for money. I don't need to work hard to receive money. I simply attract it by showing up as me. And so, um, putting those types of positive things of going, yes, this is what it is, and I'm grateful for you. You are what who brings it to me. I'm grateful for you. That's what helps bring those things in. So definitely possibilities are there, but it's all about owning our energy. So I like that for you. And that's what's coming in for you. Kritika Sayani. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Kevin Trabuin. Hello, hello, hello. I am doing well, and I hope you're doing well as well. And you want to know, what do you need to know? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So this and this. All right. Well, you got some thinking, some transformation of thought and belief and mindset coming in here, because you've got the Eight of Swords, which is about becoming aware of your thoughts and beliefs that blind you and bind you and make you feel trapped. And the Five of Swords here too, which represents like conflicting thought and belief and mindset there. Look, almost like two eyes. But it's all about being silly sometimes too. But the Five of Swords is realizing, you know, that our inner conflict and our conflict with others comes between these beliefs that we have, right? These small t truths that are rooted in fear, that we get defensive around those beliefs. We're, my small t truths rooted in fear are more truer than your small t truths rooted in fear. Rah, battle, 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 right? And we feel the need to defend these because this is what our small self believes. It's like, oh, these are our rules, don't take them away. But when we connect higher and to these capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, we see the lies that those are, and we stop having as much interest in defending them as we are in pursuing those. And the Eight of Swords is beautiful with this combo because the eight is a very big flowing number, the river, right? Four on each side, there's this beautiful flow on the inside. Whereas a five is there's something in the middle blocking your way that won't let you buy it till you look at it. And it's happening on purpose because there's freedom that happens on that. Like that Eight of Swords, they're bound, but they lean up against a sword and and then the ropes that are binding them fall off. And then they're like, you can take off the blindfold, and you see things more clearly. And then you realize, wow, there's this big opening. I can just walk out of here. There's not, it was like a semicircle. I can just walk forward and I'm free of these fears, right? And so I like this. There's this becoming aware of the triggers that are coming up. What are these things that are in your face blocking you? Because they're coming up on purpose for you to be released. And we transform them from fear, small t truths, into higher knowledge and higher wisdom. So I like it for you. And that's what they want you to know right now. So these things that are popping up all over the place are happening for you, not just to irritate you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Kevin. So many blessings to you. And then Grace 1111, you want to know what is coming towards you. Let's take a look here. What is coming towards you? All right. Well, you have some a new beginning coming in here, and I like this. I feel like you've been doing some inner work here regarding the balance of the scales of rate of exchange that we all get. It's all created when we're younger, and it's way out of balance. And we have these beliefs that we're like, why would I agree to? I have to give 1,000 coins to get one back, 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back, 1,000 abundance coins to get one. This doesn't seem fair. As children, we're like, sounds good to me. And it's down there running below the surface. But I feel like you've been really looking into the sense of worth and balancing the scale out to 1 to 1 instead of 1 to 1,000. So you've been doing this, and this is what's bringing in these new opportunities. Because the more that we do this and we balance those scales, then these forest fields that have been keeping opportunities and love and different things out of our life, they fall. It becomes 1 to 1, and here comes this flood of stuff into our life. And I feel like that's what this Fool card is bringing in for you. And I really like that. In fact, if I haven't shared it with you, and for anyone else that resonates with, I talk about this a lot, and I apologize for all of you that are like, oh, not that again. But I won't repeat it all. I'll just put here. Here's the Take 10 with Zen playlist, in episodes 4 and 5. 5 talks about the Six of Pentacles specifically. 4 talks about energy, but both of those can help too, because I feel like this release that happens brings in abundance, brings in things that you feel have been kept away from you in the past. So I like that for you. So that's what they've got for you, Grace, and check those out if those resonate for you. All right. And then Doll Faced Diva, you are up next. So, a general for February. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay, that one right there for February. All right. Ooh, wonderful, exciting February and a lightning and lightning, not like lightning and lightning month because in two major arcana too, so some significant ahas coming in here for February. The Hanged Man is about seeing things from a higher perspective. It's Odin hanging up and seeing the great wisdom, but it's also a transformation. I always think it looks like a cocoon, but there's this transformation that's happening here for you as you're gaining a lot of clarity. The Devil card is that too, Saturn and Capricorn energy, where they shake and rattle up your life to show you the cage and to show you the chains that you have around your neck. But if we look close enough here, well, it's not really uh, focusing, but you can see like the chains around their neck are very, very loose, where they could just take them off. And it's showing us here the chains that bind us are our own that we put over our head and go, oh, look, I'm chained, and then we're like, okay, I'm done with that. You can lift them off. And that's where this freedom and enlightenment comes in that is freeing you from that. And like I said, it's a very enlightening month where you're realizing the cage that you've had yourself in, that there's a door in the back that's ajar. It's always been open. And you're like, oh, I didn't even know there was a door back there. But the shaking of the cage makes the creaky door go creak. And you're like, what is that? And you're like, wait, there's a door and it's open. I'm out of here. And I feel like there's this freedom that comes, this enlightenment and this big transformation. Two major arcana, so it feels like it's significant there for you. So that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. So many blessings to you. All right. No, God's daughter, we haven't gotten down to you yet. You're still several away here. All right. So, Goddess, angelic vibes, you are up next. So, you want to know your influence on him. Yours too funny, and your little laughing, hysterical emoticon. Let's take a look here. Truly the only influence any of us can have on anyone. Everyone makes their own choices in life. That's our power, right? The only thing we can do is make it easier or harder for people to choose fear or unconditional love. That's about our influence, right? Yeah. So you've got the Leo energy here with the strength card and the Seven of Wands here too, which, there is this energy here. This is how I feel like this is very much supportive energy, the courage, the strength, um, showing people, both of these are very being seen type of energy, which I feel like the influence that you have is like this brightness in their life. This is like the sun doesn't ask permission to shine. She just shines and influences. Some people don't like it, but they don't care. They just shine bright. Leo energy too, ruled by the sun, very much this brightness that comes in. And, in doing that, it's like your energy is encouraging for them. Just your energy is like, wow, and you have a lot of fire, passion, right? And I feel like that just makes them passionate about life, and your energy just around them just makes them feel bolder or encouraged. So I feel like I like this on here because it just feels like because you stand up and you don't, I feel like you don't really um you're unapologetically yourself. You're not a douche about it, but you're I'm me and this is me. And I feel like that encourages them to go like, wow, I could be like that too. And I feel like every time you're around them and interact with them, They just get a little more bolder and a little more bolder to be themselves, and I like that energy. So that what a beautiful, I encourage boldness in people, at least in them. So I like it. So a little bit more bolder, a little bit more bolder to be true to themselves and fear a little less. And I like that. All right. So that's what's coming in for you, goddess angelic vibes. You definitely put off your angelic vibes, right? So many blessings to you. All right. And then on Jushri will be the next rereading. I do have a donation. Hey, Alex. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love here. And you want to know ours, feelings, and intentions for you. All right. Let's take a look here. So ours, feelings, and intentions for you. All right. So there's feelings. All right. I feel like this is intentions here and this one here. What else? One feeling and two intentions. All right. It's going to say is, I feel like there's a little more to it than that. All right. Yeah, you got the temperance on the bottom. I see here too with this is like things unfolding very, very slowly, right? It's a patience card, things going back and forth. This is the energy underneath it. And then underneath that, we do have that suddenly, boom, fast moving energy here with the Knight of Wands. And then you have the King of Wands too. So there's this energy, and I feel like it kind of goes back and forth too, right? It's like there's like fast action and then there's pausing and pulling back and control. Then there's action and then there's slowness and action and slowness. It's like, okay, interesting. Let's see what we've got here. So feelings, there are a lot of feelings going on below the surface here. Let's see what intentions are. Okay. Because the first card that came up is the Chariot card, which is a movement card. It's Cancer energy, Cancer sign, which is a lot of emotion, and there's a lot of choice being made, though, too, with all of this. It's like that's why I feel like there's back and forth choices that are being made, right? And they have emotion. They might share emotion, they might share passion, but it's like boop, 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 going back and forth, right? Where it's there and then it's pulled back, almost like a rubber band, it kind of feels like. Um, but they are working through their emotions because here's the Queen of Cups again, a lot of emotion. She rolls over emotion, and all the queens are given a second portion of emotion. So even though she co-rolls with the King over emotion of Cups, the Queen is the master of emotion. So that does tell me, along with this Cancer sign, there's like a ton of emotion there. But what happens here, the back and forth has to do with this Five of Swords, which is conflict of mind. But in this case, it's the conflict of their mind and their heart, right? They very much have a lot of rules because even on the bottom of the deck, we have this devil card energy and the lack, abandonment here. So they've got a lot of underlying fears about sharing themselves. That's why they they'll show me like a little rabbit in situations like this where you're trying to get a rabbit to come towards you, and so you throw them a little carrot, and they come closer, and then they scamper away. You're like, all right, so you throw another little carrot closer to you. Eventually, they come through, and then they scamper away. And you throw the carrot a little closer to you, and they come closer, and they scamper, but not as far away. You throw another carrot, and they come closer, and they don't run as far away. And soon they don't run as much, and then soon they're in your lap. They're like, "Give me some carrots." So there's like this. It takes time for them to build up the confidence or the trust to open up because with all of this devil card energy and this abandonment and all this, they've got some, experiences in their life where it didn't turn out too well, right? So those are the feelings and the intentions here. They do have here, we've got commitment card here with the Hierophant, and we do have the Magician card, which is action and movement here. So they have this intention of that they wanna do this, they just have to step into the power of the magician and put action behind it, But again, this is what they wanted to tell you all of this stuff first because you were like, okay, so this is what, yeah, you even have, addition to the temperance card, here's the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all. It takes time for them to get there, to get to this point where they're like, okay, I'm going to act on this. I'm going to do this. But that's the current energies that are going on right now, Alex. So hopefully that resonates there for you. And, it's patience, patience. I know. But when things are going slow like that, they're going through their stuff. That gives us an opportunity too to focus on our thoughts and beliefs and emotions, things that we can clear out to make space for a higher vibrational relationship as well. You're very welcome. And thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right, Boomika, let me see here. I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown of where we're at because I only got about 10 minutes left, so I'll probably end up coming back. So next we've got Anjushri, Mizrak, Dijona, Great Quartz, Minahil, Needy, Bonita, Kritika Mahotra, Spiritual Journey Tarot, Starfall, Carolina Ortega, and then Vidi Jalan, Sana, God's Daughter, Jashan, Felicia Fang, Adressa Silva, Disha Karia, Tortoise Love, Apekshaba Shudasama, I probably murdered that. And then Bhumika. So yeah, you kind of came late in the game here. So you are you're actually almost last on the list. Okay, so Mini Hill, I just went over the list so you know where you're at. And then Hot Sun actually just came in, so you'll be the ultimate last there. But I will end up coming back on because I'm not back on until Friday. So after I leave here in about less than 10 minutes to go over to my Praying Mantis members, and then I'm going to eat because I haven't eaten yet today, so I don't want to pass out. And then I'll come back on and finish out the free readings in a couple hours, so or sometime this afternoon. So you will get your reading today sometime, but let's see how many more I can get in here in the next 8 minutes. So, and Jushri, you were up next. You want higher self guidance for your love life. Let's see, what does your higher self want you to know about love, love, love? All right. I like it. All right. So, first, they're saying as far as timing, yeah, you've been patient. It's been slow coming, right? With the temperance card. But the Eight of Wands is telling you it is going to come in fast and furious and sudden for you. So just be patient. It is on its way. And before you know it, it'll be here. And you're like, oh, there it is. But I feel like it's like not going to be like something that's slow. Like you see it arriving, you're like looking for it, going, I don't see where it is. And it's because it's coming this direction and it's bam, right? And I like it. I feel like the Six of Wands here, it's victory, it is celebration and joy, but also it's like um, how it happens with it happening suddenly. It does happen at some sort of event or a situation where you're either above the crowd, like on a stage or in front of people or whatever, and or vice versa, that they are, and you spot each other. So one of you is in the crowd, one of you is above the crowd, but you're like lock eyes and you're like zap. And that's how it happens. That's why I feel like it just happens out of nowhere. You're like, whoa, who the heck are you? And they're like, whoa, who are you? And then that's how you meet. I love it. So that is what is coming in for you, Anjushri. Like it. And then Mizrak Bayin, you want to know, what do you need to know? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit feel you need to know right now? All right. All right. So, new love starts with self love, is what the message is coming in here. You do have significant relationships coming your way here. And you've got this can mean romantic, it can mean family, like a reuniting with a family member, finding a new best friend. But it is about relationships, even as it has to do with the relationship with your higher self. So relationships are definitely being impacted here for you. And I feel like it's this month of now through February, because there is very much this Aquarian energy is about community, about gathering, about that. So I feel like it can be romantic, but I feel like it's more so having to do with connection with your higher self and with community, with individuals, finding your tribe, different things like that too. Because you have like the single cup plus the two cups is the three of cups, which also is community and finding your tribe. But the page of cups is about connecting to your higher self. So I definitely feel like it says self love is the core that changes and activates the other love, because we can't give love to others if we don't have love for ourselves. So, what you need to know right now is that the more you focus on turning inward and upward, connecting with your higher self, feeling that eternal, unconditional love, and allowing yourself to be filled up and overflowing, that it changes all of your interactions with people in the outside world, you know, workmates, schoolmates, like I said, family, friends, romance, everything. It impacts how we are able to love, because if I don't love myself very much, then I have a little, my pipeline. I try to give a lot of love, it just drips out. People try to give me love, it just drips in. But the more I expand this, then this expands. My ability to give and receive love to the human also expands. So it's a win win, win win that happens there. So that's what they want you to know right now, Ms. Rack. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. Right. If you rewind a little bit, Sana, you'll hear I made an announcement of everyone, like the lists where everyone is at. So if you want to rewind a little bit, I'm only going to be on for about 4 more minutes, but I will be back later this afternoon. I did not get to you yet, but if you want to know kind of where you are at on the list, then if you rewind a little bit, I went over that. All right. So Dijona, you are up. You wanted love messages. So what does Spirit want you to know about love, 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 love? Oh, that one. All right. Damn it. no, you know, my heart goes to everyone because I want everyone to have love and find love. And so when I get this, that's my human response is temperance, patience, but it is always happens for us, because as we're waiting for love to come in, we have the Six of Swords, which is you're leaving old ways of thinking behind, moving towards new ways of thinking, leaving some fears behind, which is great. It causes movement. The more we are letting go of fears and restrictive thoughts around us, around love, and all of that, it allows things to happen, allows things to move forward here. And we've got this, you know, again, movement from choppy waters to calmer waters regarding love. And so things are unfolding slowly, with this tempering card. But it does, it starts off alchemy, starts off as a base metal, and eventually it turns to gold. But it's like, well, do we want to stop early and just settle for, well, it has gold sparkles in it, but no, I want it to be fully gold. It's like, have patience. It's being created, the steps are being taken, things are flowing. I do like this though too. There's a lot of movement that happens here, and you can even have movement across water, and it might even be that someone's being brought to you from across water, or if you're looking at moving, it'll be when you move across water. But it could be someone that's coming either back from having lived across water, or they're for the first time coming from across water to live near you. So I like it. So things are unfolding, things are getting there. Just as a little bit of patience, I know. So all right. So that is what we have. And that's going to be the last one I'm going to be able to do in this session here. Let me just, because I do need to grab screenshots before the mighty chat disappears. So let me Great Courts, you'll be up first when I return. And let me just scroll down here. And there we go. And we'll grab these here. All right. And these here. All right. God's Daughter, you've mentioned that before, and, I actually one of the last sessions, I don't know if you look at your notifications, but I when I came back on one, I actually put your name in with the timestamp, and you shoulda got a notification because I did it with your little at whatever, but it should let you come back. It lets everyone come back, so it shouldn't restrict you unless you unsubscribe. And then but you should even be able to watch it. It's the only thing you have to do to uh, the only the only restriction on having to be a subscriber is to come in and chat. So you should be able to always access it. So, all right. Yeah, it always lets everyone in. So I'm not sure what you're doing, but it will always I've never had anyone ever tell me that it can't let them in to see the replays because there's no restrictions on those. So, you my email is in the description box of the video. It's bruddaZEN@gmail.com. So if you give it a try and you're having trouble with it, if you screenshot or something and go, "This is what it's doing," I can try to troubleshoot it with you if you like, but, I never had anyone that has had any trouble with that, so, alright. Let's see, Coyote, I think I got you on the bottom here. Yeah, so I got you, I did capture your question there, Yodi, and I will be back this afternoon, in a couple hours after I finish my praying mantis session and after I eat. So I'll be back later this afternoon to finish out all the free readings. So appreciate you guys. And yeah, email me, yeah, Arjun, if you do it like right now, because I'm headed off in like 2 seconds, I'll grab that and include it. But yeah, definitely email me, God's daughter, and just let me know like what you're trying and what's not working, and maybe I can show you a way that you can access those for the future, because everyone will be able to do that. Everyone should be able to do that. It never happened. So, all right. So let me grab that here. Thank you. I got it, Arjun. So I've got your question about your board exam. So I will do that. And um, yeah, and then I saw here you already have that up there, God. So I already grabbed that. All right. So that's what we have. I do need to head off to my praying mantis session. So thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up and for your patience as I get through the free readings. I do like to give back. I know not everyone is able to give donations. So that's why I do come back on. But donations are how I live. So that's why I do honor that energy exchange. Otherwise, I'd be working a full time job and wouldn't be here hardly at all. So, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I get it, God's daughter. Yeah, the earlier that you can come on, the more likely I'm able to get to some free readings too. So, but definitely email me with how you're not able to access it if you can, and I'll try to help you with that. All right. So, everyone, I'm out of here. So, as you're going through each moment of every day, remember you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. And I'll be back on in a couple hours to finish out those free readings. I will post a pinned comment on the bottom in the order in which I completed them so you can find your reading easier as well. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. You hang in there and you take care. We'll see you.